Good morning. So we begin our compassion meditation this morning by first becoming present in our bodies and checking our posture, allowing the mind to come to present, come to rest in your body. As you gently scan the 7 points of your posture, starting with your legs. They can be either crossed, in whatever way is comfortable, or if you're sitting on a chair, your feet are flat on the floor. Your hips are sitting on the edge of your cushion so that your back naturally rises up straight. And your shoulders are naturally relaxed. Arms also relaxed in your lap. And your hands are resting either on your thighs or knees or in the meditation mudra. Right palm inside the left palm and thumbs lightly touching. The back of your neck is relaxed and elongated. Your gaze about 2 meters on the floor in front of you, with your eyes cracked open gently, allowing a little light in to help you stay alert and connected. Or if that feels uncomfortable or distracting, you can keep your eyes lightly shut as well. Your spine is perfectly straight, your hips resting in the earth and the top of your head pulling up towards the sky. And everything else around the back is relaxed. The muscles in your back, your shoulders, and moving to the face. Your lips are lightly closed, with the tongue touching on the upper part of the mouth behind the top row of teeth. Then you can even put a little smile on your face and allow all the facial muscles to relax. All that tension held between the eyebrows, around the eyes, in the jawline. Allowing each muscle to relax and allowing your mind to relax as well. As it comes to rest in the present moment. Once you feel relaxed and comfortable in your posture, which you can always keep adjusting during the meditation, We now shift to setting up a motivation for our practice, a strong intention. Why do we want to practice compassion? Why is it so important? And we can think about the world we live in here. We live in a world where we are increasingly disconnected from others. We live increasingly in our own minds, in our own realities. What we want to believe. And we distance ourselves more and more from others' realities, others' perspectives. In the digital age, it's becoming easier and easier to do this. I can even live next to someone for years and years and maybe not even know their name or their face. We get increasingly estranged from people. We feel distant and alone, ever connected and ever isolated. And so, what does compassion do? Compassion allows us to connect with others. It allows us to connect to their realities, to other stories, and to feel deeply inside within us. For other realities to come alive within us. Imagine a world without compassion. There would be so much more war, hatred, anger than there already is. And so compassion is this natural feeling inside us, something we can all feel, that we want to generate again. We want to become familiar with that feeling again, so that it becomes easier and easier to feel compassion in difficult times. So before we move into our compassion practice, we start with a few minutes of allowing the mind to settle and stabilize. Taking the breath as our anchor. So gently become aware of your breath, either at the abdomen as it rises and falls, or at the very tip of your nose, observing the sensations that the breath forms there as it flows in and out. And allow your awareness to relax on the flow of your breath. Allow your mind to let go of any other thoughts or worries and become fully present with your breath for a few minutes. And now staying present with your breath and in your body, we begin with ourselves first in our practice of compassion. Because often we are the most harsh, the most critical of ourselves. We have the least compassion for ourselves. So take a moment to remember a situation in which you have felt fear or pain, recently or in your past. Bring that memory to mind. And recognize that this fear and pain is completely human and normal. There is nothing different about your experience of pain or suffering that is unique or isolated. Many other people might be going through the same experience or something similar. And so just like you would very easily feel compassion for maybe your best friend going through that experience, allow yourself to feel compassion towards yourself for whatever negative feelings arose, whatever reactions you had. The pain you went through. Acknowledge that pain and generate the wish, may I be free of suffering. May I be free of fear and danger. Allow yourself to feel, to receive these wishes. And if it helps, you can even match it with your breath, breathing in white light from the universe. That instantly releases you from fear, pain, and suffering. And once you feel full of light, completely free of suffering, bring your awareness to the space in front of you and bring to mind a loved one, somebody for whom it's very easy for you to feel kind feelings towards. Someone without a complicated relationship or where there is too much attachment. It can even be a pet or an animal. Bring this person very clearly to your mind in front of you and seat them in front of you, cross-legged. And bring to mind all of the suffering that they might go through on a daily basis. It can be any form of suffering, from being yelled at by someone to yelling at someone, feeling fear or causing other people fear. Think about the harsh experiences they might have gone through in life. The heartbreak, the loss, the fear of death. And as you imagine all this, allow the natural feeling of compassion to arise within you. And send it out to this person, this loved one, with these wishes. May you be free of suffering and pain. May you be free of danger and fear. May you be free of physical and mental suffering. And this person receives your wishes, and it spontaneously frees them, liberates them from all forms of suffering. As you keep sending them these wishes. And now allowing this person to gently dissolve back into your mind space. And in that same space in front of you, bringing to mind someone who is a stranger, complete stranger to you. You might only know them by name or by face. Bring this mind person very clearly to your mind, as clearly as possible. Sitting them in front of you. And bring to mind all of the suffering that they might be experiencing on a daily basis that we may not have any idea about. Maybe arguments at home, or struggling to put food on their table. Maybe some very difficult health situation. Or a recent loss of a loved one. And notice how many of these situations might be similar to the suffering you were imagining for your loved one. The stranger whom you don't even know their name, they might be going through very similar experiences of pain and suffering as your loved one and even as you. And so again, we allow our natural feeling of compassion to arise and letting it flow out towards the stranger. Sending them the wishes that may you be free of suffering and pain. May you be free of experiencing fear and danger. May you be completely free of experiencing all forms of physical and mental pain. And your genuine wishes spontaneously frees them of all forms of suffering. As you continue to send them these wishes. And now we allow this person to dissolve back into our mind. And in that space in front of you, bringing to mind someone who is a difficult person to feel kind feelings towards. Someone you know, or even someone you may not know, but whom you dislike. You have strong negative feelings towards. And bring them to mind as clearly as you can in the space in front of you. Now imagining all of the suffering that they might be experiencing in their lives. Again, imagining those similar situations as we imagined for the stranger and the loved one. Loss, fear, hope. But also imagining what other forms of suffering they might be experiencing on a daily basis. Observing the reason that you dislike them. Why do you dislike them, and where is that coming from? What form of suffering is that coming from? Maybe this person has experienced something in their life that keeps their mind disturbed and unhappy. Maybe they don't know how to handle their emotions in a healthy way, and it just consumes them. Maybe they even feel they have let themselves down, and they project this on others. Allow your mind and your heart to open to the infinite possibilities of this person's suffering, this person's reality that we may have no idea about. And even if it's difficult, allow that same feeling of compassion you had for the loved one and the stranger to arise for this person. Recognizing that they too go through the same experiences of pain and suffering as anyone else, as me, my loved one, and the stranger. And so this person deserves my compassion as well. They deserve to be free of suffering, fear, and pain as well. And so sending them the wish, may you be free of suffering and pain. May you be free of fear and danger. May you be free of all forms of physical and mental suffering. Your compassion flows to this person and spontaneously liberates them from all forms of suffering. And now allowing this person to dissolve back into your mind, bringing all three of these people to your mind around you, your friend, the stranger, and the difficult person. They're sitting in front of you. And beyond that, start to imagine all other beings around you who either live around you, those in the same city, in the same country, and even beyond. Beginning to imagine all sentient beings around you. Each of these beings experiencing the same fears, the same pains, the same losses as anyone else. the same suffering as you yourself. And allowing your compassion to spread to all these people, every sentient being, without discrimination. Allowing it to flow naturally from within you. And we bring this meditation to a close by dedicating the positive energy that we've generated to all those suffering around the world, especially those suffering right now in this moment in Gaza and in Israel. Those who have lost loved ones or lost their own lives recently as casualties of war. Those in Ukraine and in other parts of the world, also in war zones, experiencing suffering on a daily basis, we dedicate to them as well, that may they be free of suffering and danger as soon as possible.